Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will solve O-Level Mathematics Paper 1 Variant 2 for May-June 2020. So let's start with question number 1. Part A is work out 0.05 multiplied by 0.3. So I will convert these into fractions to make the multiplication easier. So this decimal will move 2 places to the right. So this will become 5 over 100 multiplied by 3 over 10. So this will be 15 over 1000. So there are 3 zeros here. So this decimal will move 3 places to the left. 1, 2, and then 3. So I will add another 0 here and the decimal will end up here. So this will equal 0.015. Part B is work out 2 whole 2 over 3 minus 1 over 5. So I'll convert this into an improper fraction. So 3 2s are 6 plus 2 8 over 3 minus 1 by 5. Then the LCM will be 15. 8 will be multiplied by 5 minus 1 will be multiplied by 3. So this will be 40 minus 3 by 15, which is 37 over 15. And I can write this as 2 whole and then 7 over 15. So 15 times 2 is 30 plus 7 will give you 37. So 2 whole 7 over 15 will be your final answer. Question number 2, part A is write down the order of the rotational symmetry of this shape. So if you look at this shape, you have this repeating pattern of black and white triangles. So if you look at this one pair of black and white, this pattern is repeated 3 times in a full 360-degree rotation. So your rotational symmetry order will be 3. You can also look at this by rotating the shape here. So I have this same shape given in the question, and I've marked this with a purple dot here to basically show where I'm starting the rotation from. So once I start rotating, I have to count how many times do I get the same exact shape during the full 360-degree rotation. So at 120 degrees, if I stop, I have the same shape back that is given in the question. And then if I rotate it another 120 degrees and go up till 240 degrees, so 240 is this. Again, I have the same shape back. So this is two times now. And then you come back to full 360 degree and you get the same shape back. So during a full 360 degree rotation, you get the shape looking exactly like the one given in the question 3 times. So you will have your rotational symmetry order 3. The next part is Samuel describes a special quadrilateral. It has only one line of symmetry. Its diagonals cross at right angles. Write down the name of this special quadrilateral. So you must remember that this special quadrilateral, which has one line of symmetry and whose diagonals cross at right angles, is a kite. So the line of symmetry for this kite will be this line here. Oh, so let me redraw this neatly. So I have this line and this. Okay, this is better. So my line of symmetry for this kite will be this line. And this is the only line of symmetry that this kite has, which is also the diagonal. And the other diagonal that I have is this line here. So these two diagonals, they cross at a 90-degree angle. So this is 90 degrees. So kite has only one line of symmetry, which is this green line. And once you draw the two diagonals, they cross at right angles, 90 degree here. So your answer here will be a kite. Question number 3 is write these numbers in order of size starting with the smallest. So let's first compute their values so that we can compare them easily. 4 power 3 4 cube will be 4 into 4 into 4, which is 4 fours are 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. 9 square is 81. Square root of 196. So we can calculate it here. So it's divisible by 2. 2 nines are 18. 1 16. 2 eights are 16. Again 2. 2 fours are 8. 1 18, and then 9. And then this is divisible by 7. 7 times 7. And then 7 times 1. So you have 2 square into 7 square equals to 196. And then if I take the square root, 2 square into 7 square power 1 by 2. If I bring this power inside, these two will cancel out with this 2 in the denominator. So I will be left with 2 into 7, which is 14. So square root of 196 is 14. And then you have to calculate the cube root of 125. So if I factorize 125, I have 5 times 2 is 10 to 25. Then 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5. So 125 can be written as 5 cube. And then if I take the cube root of 5 cube or 125, I will have 5. So your answer here will be 5. So the smallest value out of these is cube root 125, which is 5. So I will write cube root 125. The next one is 14, which is square root of 196. Next is 64, which is 4 cube. And the last one is 9 square, 81. So I have 9 square as the largest value. Question number 4, part A is write 68% as a fraction in its lowest terms. So 68%, I can write it as 68 over 100. And then if I divide by 2 both in the numerator and denominator, I get 34 over 50. I can divide by 2 again, I get 17 over 25. So now I cannot simplify it any further, so your final answer will be 17 over 25. Part B is a bag contains red balls and blue balls. The balls are in the ratio, red ratio blue is 3 ratio 5. Write down the fraction of the balls that are red. So your ratio is 3 ratio 5. So in total you have 8. So if you have 8 parts, 3 parts will be red and 5 parts will be blue. So the fraction of balls that are red are 3 that are red over the 8 total parts that you have here. So your fraction is 3 over 8. Question number 5 is, by writing each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of this. So writing this up till one significant figure, this is the first one. The next one is 7, so I will round this up to 3. So this will be 3 cube. This is 6 is the first significant figure, then I have 1. So this will be simply 60 multiplied by this 8 is the first significant figure. Next value is 9. So this will be 0.9, rounded up to 0.9. 3 cube is 27 over 60. And then I can write this 0.9 as 9 over 10 to remove the decimal and make the multiplication a little easier. So this 0 cancel out. 3 twos are 6. 3 nines are 27. So 9 times 2 is 18. So this will be 9 over 18, which is 1 over 2 or 0.5. So your value here will be 0.5. Question number 6. The pie chart shows information about the number of goals scored by each player in a football club. Write down the model class. So your model class will be the one which has uh, the most number of students or these players. So your model class here will be 0 to 5 goals because it has the largest angle. That means this class has the most number of players because it takes the largest angle in this pie chart. So your model class here will be 0 to 5 goals. And the next part is 8 of the players each scored 11 to 15 goals. So that means they belong in this class here. Work out the total number of players in the club. So let's call the total number of players equals to X. So now we know that this class, which represents 11 to 15 goals, this class has 8 players. That means this 72 degrees angle represents 8 players. So if I want to calculate the number of players in this class, which is 72 degrees in this pie chart, I will have 72 divided by 360, which gives me the number of players represented by 1 degree, and then I will multiply it by total number of players, which is X. So 72 over 360 multiplied by X will give me the number of players in this class, which is given here as 8. So now I have this equation in X, which I can solve to calculate the value of X, which is the total number of players. So let's solve this. So X will be, I'll take this 360 in the numerator on the other side, and then this 72 will come down here in the denominator. So 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 9 is 72, and I can cancel this 9. 9 fours are 36, and then 0. So X is 40. So the total number of players are 40. And if you want, you can double check as well. 72 over 360 into 40 should give you 8 players for this class. So let's calculate it quickly. 0, 0 cancel out. 4 times 1, 4 times 9. And then 72 by 9 is 8, which is the number of players in this class. So the next question, question number 7, factorize 15a minus 5x minus 2xy plus 6a. So from these two, I can take 5 common. So I'll be left with 3a minus x. And then from these two, I can take 2y common. So minus 2y. And then I'll have x here. So actually I can take plus 2y common so that I don't have to change the sign for this x, because I want 3a minus x in both of these brackets so that I can take that common. So I'll take plus 2y common. So I will have negative x here, and then plus 3a. So now I can rewrite this as 3a minus x plus 2y, and I can rewrite this as 3a minus x as well. So I can take 3a minus x common, and this will be multiplied by 5 plus 2y. So this will be your answer after factorization, 3a minus x into 5 plus 2y. Question number 8 is the number of steps taken by 12 people to walk 100 meter was recorded. The scatter diagram shows the heights of these people and the number of steps they took. So you have height on x-axis and number of steps on the y-axis. What type of correlation is shown in the scatter diagram? So this is a negative correlation, because as you increase the values on the x-axis, your y values are decreasing. So as you move towards the right, you're increasing on x-axis, but your values are decreasing on the y-axis. So it is a negative correlation. The next part is draw a line of best fit. So let me just erase this. And then we can draw a line through these points such that we have an equal distribution of points on either side of the line. So if I draw a line like this, you have almost an equal distribution of points on either side of the line. So this will be your line of best fit. The next part is The height of another person is 175 centimeters. Use your line of best fit to estimate the number of steps they would take to walk 100 meters. So their height is 175, which is 170, 172, 174, and then 175 will be this point here. So now I will draw a straight line from 175 and see where it intersects my line. So 175 is in the middle here. In fact, let me try this again a little to the left so that it's in the middle of this block. So it intersects at this point, and if I draw a line towards the y-axis now, so this is 132, 134, 136. This is almost 137 on the y-axis. So your answer here will be 137 steps. So a person with a height of 175 centimeter will take 137 steps to walk 100 meters. Question number 9 is the scale drawing shows the positions of town A and town B. Your scale is 1 centimeter to 10 kilometers. Find the actual distance in kilometers of town A from town B. So you're given a scale of centimeters ratio kilometers. So 1 centimeter is 10 kilometers. And then we can measure the distance between these towns in centimeters. So if I use my ruler here, so this is 8.5 centimeter, the distance in centimeters. So you have 8.5 here, and then let's call the actual distance in kilometers x. So since they are directly proportional, I will cross multiply to form my equation. So x will equal 8.5 into 10, which is 85 kilometers. So the actual distance between town A and town B is 85 kilometers. Part B is town C is on a bearing of 140 degree from town A and on a bearing of 235 degrees from town B. Mark the position of town C on the scale drawing. So your first bearing is 140 degrees from town A. So I'll use my protractor here and then center it at point A. So my 180 degree line is my zero line now because I'm measuring the angle like this. The bearing is from the north, so I have to go 140 degrees in this direction. So this is 80, 180 is my zero. This will be my 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, and 140. So this 40 degree mark will be my 140 degree angle in this direction. And the other bearing that we have is 235 degrees from town B. So 235 will be somewhere here. Since my protractor only goes up till 180 degree, so we can extend this line downwards, and we know that that angle will be 180 degree. So I'll align my ruler with this line here and then just extend this further down. So I know that the bearing up till this point is 180. I have to go up till 235. So 235 minus 180 is 55 degrees. So I have to go another 55 degrees in this direction. So now I'll align my, so this is my point B here. So this is 180 degrees. So I have to go 55 more. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 55. So this point here is 55 from this. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 55. So that's how you will mark the two bearings. And now I can draw straight lines. So let me first draw a line from this point A passing through this point. So this bearing is 135 degrees. And then I will draw another line from B here passing through this point, and this bearing up till this point is 235 degrees. So the intersection of the two will give me your town C. So town C has a bearing of 135 from A and 235. Sorry, 140. This is not 135. I measured 140. So 140 from A and 235 from B. So that's how you will solve this problem. Question number 10 is Bilal goes for a cycle ride. He starts at 3 p.m. He finishes at 5:38. He has a total of 25 minutes rest during the ride. Work out how long in hours and minutes he spends cycling. So I will convert these times into 24-hour clocks. So this will be 15:00. 12 plus 5 is 17:38. So first we need to calculate how long Bilal went for the cycle ride. So his finish time is 17:38. Finish time 17:38. He started at 15:00. So let's subtract these times. So I have 8, 3, 7 minus 5 is 2, and 0. So 2 hours and 38 minutes Bilal was gone for cycling, but out of those 2 hours 30 minutes he also had 25 minutes rest. So I will subtract the rest time minus 25 minutes. So 8 minus 5 is 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and 0, 2. So the actual time he spent cycling was 2 hours and 13 minutes. Part B is Sonia walks to her aunt's house. She leaves home at 10:25. She walks a total of 12 kilometers at an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour. Work out the time Sonia arrives at her aunt's house. So first we need to calculate the time taken for the journey. So this will be the distance, which is 12 kilometers, divided by the speed, which is 5. So this will be 5 2s are 10. So if I do the division here, I will have to add a decimal here, 0, bring it down, 5 4s are 20. So your remainder is 0. So the time taken for the journey is 2.4 hours. I will convert this time into hours and minutes so that I can add it to the time she left the home to calculate the arrival time. So this will be 2 hours, and 0.4 into 60 will give me the minutes here. So 4 over 10 multiplied by 60, 0 cancel out, 6 times 4 is 24. So 2 hours and 24 minutes is the time taken for the journey. So departure was at 10:25 plus the time taken is 2 hours and 24 minutes, and then if you add them you get the arrival time. So 5 plus 4 9, 2 plus 2 4, 10 plus 2 12. So the arrival time is 12:49. Question number 11, part A. C equals to 7 minus A over B. Find C when A is minus 4 and B is 2. So I'll substitute the values here. 7 minus A is minus 4 over B is 2. So this will become 7 plus 4 over 2, which is 11 over 2, which is 5.5. So your value of C here is 5.5. The next part is y equals to 5 power x plus 1. Find y when x equals to minus 2. So y equals to 5x's power minus 2. So minus 2 plus 1. So if I take the reciprocal, I can convert this power into positive, which will become 1 over 5 square plus 1, which is 1 over 25 plus 1. If I take the LCM 25, this will become 1 plus 1 will be multiplied by 25. So this will be 25 plus 1, 26 over 25. Or you can write it as 1 whole 1 over 25. So 1 whole 1 over 25 will be your final answer. Question number 12, part A is construct the locus of points inside the triangle ABC. First you have to draw the locus of points that are 5 centimeters from B. So that means you have to draw an arc of radius 5 centimeter centered at this point B. So I'll use my compass here and open it up till 5 centimeters and then center it at B. Since we are only interested in locus of points inside the triangle, so I'll draw my arc inside the triangle only. So it'll start from here and up till this point. So these are locus of points that are 5 centimeter from B. The next one is locus of points that are equidistant from A and C. So A and C, so that means you have to draw a perpendicular line bisector for this line AC. So I'll use my compass here again. I will center it at A. Make sure your compass is open more than half the distance of the line, so it's more than halfway. So now I will draw two arcs on either side of this line. So first let's draw on this side, and then I'll draw another one on this side as well. And then without changing the length of the compass, center it at point C, and then similarly draw the two arcs on either side. This one and this one on this side. And then I can join these two through a straight line to get my perpendicular line bisector. So let me join them through a straight line like this. So this is my uh, perpendicular bisector. So in fact, since the question asks you to draw the locus of points inside the triangle, so you can align your ruler between these 2 points and then just draw, instead of drawing the full line like this, you can just draw it inside the triangle starting from this point and ending at this point. So I did not draw this further onwards. So the next part is shade the region inside the triangle ABC containing the points that are less than 5 centimeter from B. So that means they have to be inside this arc and closer to A than to C. So closer to A than to C means they have to be below this line bisector. So inside this arc and uh, below this line bisector is this region. So this is the region which can contain points that are less than 5 centimeter from B and are closer to A compared to this point C because they are below this line bisector. Question number 13, part A, write 108 as the product of its prime factors. So let's factorize 108 first. So I can divide this by 2. 2 5s are 10, 2 4s are 8. Again, this is divisible by 2. This will be 2 2s are 4, 1 14, 27. Now this is divisible by 3. 3 9s are 27. Again divisible by 3. 3 3s are 9. And then 3 1s are 3. So you have 2 power 2 multiplied by 3 power 3. So this is 108 as a product of prime factors. The next part is find the lowest common multiple LCM of 108 and 180. So you have already written 108 as a product of its prime factors, which is 2 square multiplied by 3 power 3. Now we can write 180 as a product of its prime factors as well. So this will be 180 divide. So this is divisible by 2. So this will be 90. Again, this is divisible by 2. This will be 45. Again, we can divide now by 3, in fact, not 2. So this will be 3 ones are 3 and 5. Again, divisible by 3. 3 fives are 15, and then you divide by 5 to get the 1 here. So 180 as a product of its prime factors will be 2 power 2 into 3 power 2 into 5. Now to calculate the LCM, we take the highest powers of the prime factors. So the LCM will be, so the highest power, both have 2 power 2, so we'll take 2 power 2 into the highest power of 3 here is this one, 3 power 3, so I'll take 3 power 3 here. And here you don't have any 5, here you have 5 power 1, so I will take 5 power 1, which is the highest power of 5. So you can assume that you have 5 power 0, which is 5 power 0 is 1. So if you multiply this by 1, it doesn't change anything. So 5 is missing here, you have 5 power 1, so you take the highest power of 5 here. So I can write this as 4 into 3 power 3 is 27 multiplied by 5. 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 into 27. So this will be, I can write the 0 as it is. 27 times 2 is 54. So 540 will be your LCM here. Question number 14, part A. In 2016, the population of Egypt was, so this is 97,500,000. Write this population in standard form. So to write this in standard form, I need to move my decimal to this point between 9 and 7. So that means I will move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 places to the left. So this will be 9.75 into 10 power 7, since I moved the decimal 7 places to the left here. So 9.75 into 10 power 7. Part B is the population density of a country is the number of people per square kilometer. In 2017, the population of Indonesia was 2.62 into 10 power 8, correct to 3 significant figures. The area of Indonesia is 2 into 10 power 6 kilometer square, correct to 1 significant figure. Calculate an estimate for the population density of Indonesia. So your population density will equal the total population of the country of Indonesia divided by the total area. So total population is 2.62 into 10 power 8, and then your total area is 2 into 10 power 6. So this is 10 power 8 here. So to make this division easy, I can move this decimal 2 places to the right to convert this 2.62 into 262. So if I move this 2 places to the right, I will decrease this power of 10 by 2 as well. So I can write this as 262 into 10 power 6 divided by 2 into 10 power 6. Now this makes our division much more easier. I can simply cancel out this 10 power 6 and this 10 power 6, and then 262 can be divided by 2. So 2 ones are 2 and 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6 and 2 ones are 2. So your answer here is 131 people per kilometer square is your population density for Indonesia. So question number 15 is the shaded region is defined by 3 inequalities. Find these 3 inequalities. So you need to find the equation of these 3 lines that form the boundary of this shaded region here. So this line is vertical, and the equation of this line is x equals to 5. This line is horizontal, so the equation of this line is y equals to 3. and this line we can easily find the equation of this line. Let's take any 2 points on this line. So let's take this point, which is 0 and 1, and let's take this point, which is 2 and 3, which is also on this line here. So 2 and 3. So your gradient of this line will be y2 minus y1, 3 minus 1 over 2 minus 0, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. So the gradient of this line is 1. The y-intercept we can clearly see from this graph that is given. It is intersecting the y-axis at value y equals to 1 here. So your equation is y equals to mx plus c for a straight line. So this will be y equals to m is 1. So this will be 1 times x. So x plus c is your y-intercept. So c is 1 here. So the equation of this line here is y equals to x plus 1. Now these are solid lines, not dotted lines. So your inequalities will include the equal sign as well. So let's take this vertical line x equals to 5. Your shaded region is towards the left, so your inequality will be less than equal to 5. Again, I'm including the equal sign because this is a solid line. If this was a dotted line, this would have been x is less than 5. But since this is a solid line, you will include the equal sign as well. So the next line that we have is y equals to 3. So this shaded region is above this line. So this will be y is greater than equal to 3. And then you have this line with equation y equals to x plus 1, and the region is below this line. So your inequality here will be y is less than equal to x plus 1. So these are the three inequalities which give you this shaded region here. Question number 16 is Q is a subset of P and P intersection R is a null or an empty set. So complete the Venn diagram to show sets Q and R. So Q is a subset of P. That means Q is inside of your set P. So this will be Q. This is a subset of P. And since P intersection R is an empty set, that means there is no intersection between your set R and between your set P. So you can draw it separately like this. So this will be your set R. So their intersection is an empty set or a null set here. So this is how you will complete this Venn diagram. Question number 17 is, here are the first 4 terms of a number sequence. So you have these number sequence and the terms. First part is find the 5th term. So you have to find T5 here. So if you look at these sequences, you have first term, you take square of 1. For second term, you take square of 2. For third term, you take 3 square. For fourth term, you take 4 square. So for fifth term, you will take 5 square plus. So if you look at these numbers that are being added, each time you add 5 to get the number for the next term. So if 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 5 is 18, and for the fifth term, I will add 5 to 18, so I get 23. So 5 square is 25 plus 23, this is 48. So T5, your fifth term is 48. The next part is find an expression in terms of n for Tn. So you have to find an expression for the nth term here. So this number is pretty straightforward. You have fourth term, 4 square, fifth term, 5 square. So for the nth term, you will have n square plus. Now, if you look at these numbers that are being added, they form their own sequence. Each time you add 5 to get the next number. So let me call this, let me separate out this sequence here. So let's call them, since they are being added, let's call them A1. So your A1 here is, the first number that is being added is 3. Your A2, the second number that is being added is 8. So 3 plus 5. Your third term is 13 here, which is 3 plus 5 plus 5. So this is a sequence that you have studied where you have a constant difference between each term. So each term has a difference of 5. Each time you add 5 to get the next term. So for this, your nth term will be, you can either use the formula, which is a plus n minus 1 into d, where your a is your first term in the sequence. Your first term in the sequence is 3 plus n minus 1 into d is your difference. So each time the difference is 5. So if I open this bracket, I will get 3 plus 5n minus 5. So this will be 5n minus 5 plus 3 will be minus 2. If you can't remember the formula, you can find the nth term through observation as well. So how you do that? So your nth term here will be, so you're adding something through 3, right? So you will have 3 plus, and each time you add another 5. So the first term, how many 5s are you adding? 0. For the second term, you're adding 1 5. For the third term, you're adding 2 5s. For the fourth term, so if I have to write A4 here, I will add 3 5s, right? So each time the number of 5s you add is one less than the term number. So if you're writing the nth term, how many 5s will you add? You will add n minus 5, n minus 1 5s. So n minus 1 times 5. So again, this will give you the same final answer. So you can either use the formula, and if you like forget what the formula was, you can like expand the expressions like this and find the nth term from observation, that you're adding a fixed number of 5s to 3. So you'll have 3 plus, and how many 5s you add, you take 1 less, or you subtract 1 from the term number. So you have 3 here, so you have 5 times 3. You have 3 minus 1, 2 here, so you have 5 times 2. So you have n here, so here you'll have 5 times n minus 1. So if you expand the brackets and calculate, you'll get this same answer here. So that is the term that you will add to your sequence. So you have n square plus this term here, which is 5n minus 2. So your final answer here will be, for Tn, it will be n square plus 5n minus 2. Question number 18 is, the diagram is the speed time graph for part of a car's journey. Part A is the deceleration of the car between t equals to 140 and t equals to 200 is 0.2 meter per second square. Find the value of v. So your deceleration in this part of the journey is 0.2. So since this is a speed time graph, your gradient of this straight line here will be your deceleration. And how do you find the gradient? You take the change in value on the y-axis divided by the change in value on the x-axis. So your deceleration here will be, what is the change in y? It is v. This difference is v minus 0 is v. And what is the change in values of x? This is 200 minus 140, which is 60. And you're given that your deceleration is 0.2. So 0.2 equals to v over 60. And this will give you v equals to 60 multiplied by 0.2, which is 12. So your value of v is 12. The next part is, the car travels a total of 1,800 meters in the 200 seconds. Find the value of t. So since this is a speed time graph, my distance equals the area under the graph. So what is the distance? You're given that the distance is 1,800. And what is the area under the graph? So if you look at the shape of the graph, it is a trapezium. So you know the formula for the area of trapezium is 1 by 2 into the height of the trapezium, which is v here, and we found the value of v was 12. So height into sum of parallel sides. So your first side is this, the length is 200, plus the sum of the length of the other side is this, which is 140 minus t. So this is sum of two parallel sides, height, and then you multiply it by 1 by 2 to get the area of a trapezium. So this is 2, 2 times 1, 2 times 6 is 12, and then I can bring this 6 to the other side. It will be in the denominator here. So let's solve this for t. So this will be 1800 over 6 equals to 200 plus 140 minus t. And then this will be 6 times 1, 6 times 3 is 18, and 300. So this will be 300 equals to 200 plus 140 will be 340 equals to minus t. If I bring this 340 here, 300 minus 340 will be minus 40 equals to minus t. Minus and minus cancelled out, and I get t equals to 40. So your value of t here is 40. Question number 19 is vectors p and q are shown on the grid. On the grid, draw the vector 3p. So there are two ways to solve this. The first is, I'll explain both. The first is you can write this vector p as a column vector because you're shown the grid. So if you want to write p as a column vector, I can write it here. So p is in this direction. So I move plus 2 in x and plus 1 in the y direction. So your vector, column vector for this vector p is 2 and 1. And now you have to calculate 3p. So 3p will be 3 into 2, 1, which is 6 and 3. So that means let's draw it here. If I start, let's say I start from here. I have to go 6 in the x direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 in the y direction, positive 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'll end up here. So if I connect them through a straight line, this will be my vector 3p. So basically, you extended this p 3 times, in fact 2 times, to get a total of 3p. So if you have p here, I draw another p here, and then I draw another p here. So I get p plus p plus p, 3p. So I've drawn this 3p vector down here. So since you're given the grid, it's a good idea to write it down as a column vector, and then you can multiply it, and it will be easier to solve the next part. But let's say you were not given the grid, you can simply extend this p into two more p's, and then this full length starting from here and ending here will give you vector 3p. So the next part is you have to draw the vector q minus p. So let's again write down q as a column vector. So for q, you go, let me just erase this. You go plus 1 in x, and then you come down 3 blocks. So this is minus 3 in y direction. So 1 minus 3 is your column vector q. Now you have to calculate q minus p. So q is 1 minus 3 minus p is 2, 1. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1, and minus 3 minus 1 will be minus 4. So let's start from this point here. Now you have to draw q minus p, which is minus 1 minus 4. So if I start here, I go negative 1 in x, which will be here, and then I go negative 4 in y. 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. So I'll end up here. So if I join these 2 points through a straight line like this, let me try that again. This is better. So this will be my vector q minus p. And if you want to like sketch it directly, you can figure it out. So this is q, and this is your vector p, right? So minus p will be in the opposite direction. Same vector in the opposite direction like this. So this is minus p. So q, using the head to tail rule, q minus p will be, you end up here. So if you start from here, you will end up here like this. this will be your vector q minus p as well. So that's another way you can use like the head to tail rule to find this vector q minus p. So let me just erase this. So your final answer will be these two vectors 3p and q minus p. And again, you can draw them anywhere. Just take a starting point and then go in the x and y directions that you have calculated. Question number 20 is a plan of a house is drawn to a scale of 1:50. On the plan, the floor area of the kitchen is 30 centimeters square. Calculate the floor area of the real kitchen. Give your answers in square meters. So you have floor plan, ratio, real. So on the floor plan, you have 1 and then ratio 50. Your scale is this 1:50. And then since now you're considering the area of the kitchen, I will take square of the scale because we want to calculate the area. And the area of the kitchen on the floor plan is 30 centimeters square. And we have to find the real actual area of the kitchen. So let's assume that value is 6. So 1 square ratio 50 square and 30 ratio x here. So since these are directly proportional, because if I increase the floor plan area of the kitchen like on the plan or on the map, the real area of the kitchen will also increase. And if I decrease the area of the kitchen on the map or the floor plan, the real kitchen of the area will obviously decrease as well. So we can cross multiply like this to form our equation. So 1 square is 1, so x times 1 is x, and this will be x equals to 50 square multiplied by 30. So 50 square is 2,500, two zeros and 5 fives are 25, multiplied by 30. So 1, 2, 3 zeros here, and 25 times 3 is 75. And this is again centimeter square. Your scale is in centimeters. So 1:50 is in centimeters. So 30 centimeter square will equal 75,000 centimeter square area. And then you have to calculate the area in meters. So area in meter square will equal your area in centimeter square. And then you will divide. So since 1 centimeter is 100 meters, right? So you will divide by 100 to convert this into meter square. So since you are converting the area, you will take the square here as well during the conversion. So you have studied that to convert centimeters into meters, you simply divide by 100. But since you have this centimeter square and meter square, then you will divide by 100 square. So 75,000 divided by 100 square will be 1 to 4 zeros. So 1 zeros, these zeros cancel out. So you are left with 75 by 10, which is 7.5 meters square. So your final answer here is 7.5 meters square. Question number 21 is you have to simplify this expression given. So I'll first simplify the expression inside the bracket before bringing this power inside. So you have x power 5 in the denominator and x squared in the numerator. So since you are dividing the two, the powers will be subtracted. So you will have 2 over x power 5 minus 2. So since the larger power is in the denominator, so I'll bring this power down, it will be subtracted. And then you have minus 3 outside. So this will be 2 over x power 3 whole power minus 3. And then once I bring these powers inside, they will be multiplied. So this will be 2 power minus 3. You have 2 power 1 here, which is multiplied by minus 3, and x power 3 multiplied by minus 3 as well. So you have 2 power minus 3 over x power minus 9. And then I can bring this down to so that this power is positive, and then bring this up to change the sign of its power. So I will have x power 9 over 2 power 3, and this will be x power 9 over 2 power 3 is 8. So your final answer will be x power 9 over 8. Question 22 is you're given f of x and g of x. The first part is you have to find f inverse of x. So to find the inverse, you let that y be equal to f of x. And this gives you, if I take this f to the other side, I get f inverse of y equals to x. So now we start by substituting f of x here. So I will have y equals to 4 into 3 power minus x. So you basically substitute f of x with y and make x the subject of the equation. So to make x the subject, I will open this bracket. I will get y equals to 12 minus 4x. And then I'll bring this 4x to this side and bring this y to the other side. So let me continue here. This will be 4x equals to 12 minus y, and x will be equals to 12 minus y over 4. And now you have x as f inverse of y. So f inverse of y, I substituted x with f inverse of y here. It is equals to 12 minus y over 4. So f inverse of x will be 12 minus x over 4. So 12 minus x over 4. So basically just substitute f of x with y, make x the subject of the equation, and then substitute, interchange the values of y and x. So not interchange, in fact, just substitute uh, x in place of y here, and that will give you f inverse of x. The next part is solve g of x equals to 6. So you are given that g of x is 5 into 3x minus 2 over x, and you're given that g of x equals to 6. So this equals to 6. So I'll take this to solve this equation. So 3 of x minus 2 over x equals to 6. I'll take this x to the other side and open this bracket. So I'll get 15x minus 10 equals to 6x. And now I'll bring this 6 here. So I'll have 15x minus 6x equals to, I'll take this 10 to the other side. So 15 minus 6 will be 9x equals to 10. X will be equal to 10 over 9. Question number 23 is expressed as a single fraction in its simplest form. So you'll take the LCM here. So if I take the LCM, it will be 2x minus 1 into x plus 4. So this 5 will be multiplied by this x plus 4. Minus 3 will be multiplied by 2x minus 1. And then if I open the brackets in the numerator, I will get 5x plus 20 minus 6x, and this will be plus 3 over 2x minus 1 into x plus 4. So 20 plus 3 will be 23. 5x minus 6x will be minus x over 2x minus 1 into x plus 4. If you want, you can open the bracket in the denominator as well, but I will leave it as it is, which is also a correct answer. So this will be your final answer. Question number 24 is P is the point H and 7. P lies on this line which has this equation. Find the value of H. So your H here is basically the x coordinate of point P. And we know that point P lies on this line. So we will substitute these x and y values into this equation that is given here. So 3 into y is 7 plus 2 into x coordinate is H equals to 5. So this is 21 plus 2h equals to 5. 2h will be equal to 5 minus 21, which is 2h will be 5 minus 21 will be minus 16. So h will be minus 16 divided by 2, which is minus 8. So minus 8 will be your answer. Part B is line L is perpendicular to this line and passes through P. Find the equation of line L. So we have to find the equation of line L. So let me call this line, let's call it M. So your given line M is this one, 3y plus 2x equals to 5. Since L is perpendicular, if I can find the gradient of this line, we know that when two lines are perpendicular, their product of their gradients is -1. So let's find the gradient of this line first. So this will be 3y equals to 5 minus 2x, and then y equals to, in fact, let me write the x value first. So minus 2x plus 5. So I brought this 2x here. And then y will be minus 2 by 3x plus 5 by 3. So the gradient will be this. This is the equation in the form y equals to mx plus c. So this is your gradient for line M. So let's call the gradient for line L, let's call it ML. So ML, the gradient of line L multiplied by the gradient of line M is minus 2 by 3. Their product should equal -1 because these two lines are perpendicular. So ML, the gradient for line L will be 3 over 2. And since this line passes through P, we know that coordinates of P are h and 7. H is -8, so -8 and 7. So for line L, now you know the gradient. You have 1 point on the line, so we can find the equation. Y minus y1 equals to gradient into x minus x1. So y minus y1 will be -7 equals to gradient is 3 by 2 into x minus x1, which is -8. So this will be +8 here. So this will be y minus 7 equals to 3 by 2x plus, uh, so I open this bracket, I get 3 by 2x, and 3 by 2 multiplied by 8 will be 12 here. And then y equals to, if I take this 7 to the other side, 3 by 2x plus 12 plus 7. So this will be, in fact, let me write it down directly, 19. So 12 plus 7 will be 19. So your equation for line L will be y equals to 3 over 2x plus 19. So question number 25 is you're given a matrix A. The first part is evaluate 2A minus this matrix. So let's substitute the value of A here. 2, 0, minus 3, minus 1, minus 5, 0, 4, 3. So if I bring this 2 inside, I get 4, 0, minus 6, and minus 2. And then minus 5, 4, 0, and 3. So this will be 4, minus and minus becomes plus. 4 plus 5 is 9. 0 minus 4 will be minus 4. And then minus 6 minus 0 will be minus 6. Minus 2 minus 3 will be minus 5. So your final answer here will be 9, minus 4, minus 6, and minus 5. Part B is find the determinant of A. So determinant of A will be these two values multiplied minus the product of these two. So determinant of A will be 2 into minus 1, then minus 0 into minus 3. So this will be minus 2 minus 0, which is just minus 2. So your determinant here is minus 2. The next part is you have to find A inverse. So A inverse is given by 1 over determinant of A multiplied by the adjugate of A. So 1 over determinant of A will be 1 over minus 2 multiplied by adjugate of A. How do you get the adjugate? You will swap these two values. So 2 will come here and minus 1 will move up here, and you change the sign of the other two. So 0 will remain 0, minus 3 will become plus 3. And if you want, you can bring this 1 by 2 inside as well. So this will be minus 1 by 2 multiplied by minus 1, which will be plus 1 over 2. This will be 0. This will be minus 3 over 2. And 2 divided by minus 2 will be minus 1. So your final answer here will be 1 by 2, 0, minus 3 by 2, and minus 1. The next part is find the matrix X where X times A is 4 minus 2. So you're given the equation X times A equals to this matrix 4 minus 2. So if you have to find X, I will multiply by A inverse on both sides. So A times A inverse, 4 minus 2 times A inverse. So this will cancel out. So you will get X equals to 4 minus 2 into A inverse. So X will be 4 minus 2 into A inverse is this value here, 1 by 2, 0, minus 3 by 2, and minus 1. So this is a 1 by 2 matrix, 1 row 2 columns, and this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So you cancel the columns of the first with the row of the second. So your answer should be a 1 by 2 matrix as well. So let's do the multiplications here. So this row multiplied by this column, 4 into 1 by 2 is 2, minus 2, so plus this multiplied by this because you're multiplying this row with this column. So minus 2 into minus 3 by 2 will be plus 3. And then you will multiply this row with this column. 4 times 0 is 0. Minus 2 times minus 1 is simply 2. So you will have 5 and 2. So this will be 5 and 2, which is a 1 by 2 matrix that we found out first. So this will be your value of X. So this was the last question. This is the end of paper 1, variant 2 for May-June 2020.